Beautiful people, this is Blue Nola. I'm back in the building with an official reading. This time we're going to do Chris Brown, all right? Now, I have two channels. I'll be consistently on both of them. Of course, my main channel, which is this channel, Blue Nola Tarot, where you're going to see the cards, full readings, full-length readings, 10, 20-minute readings, possibly 30 minutes, depending on the topic. And then, of course, my second channel, which is Sessions with Nola, and that channel will be commentary, opinion, and it's going to be related to all topics, viral topics, celebrity topics, political topics, you name it, we're going to talk about it. I do pull 2 or 3 cards at the end, so it's still worth it, right? Because you get to get a little glimpse into it without a full reading. But this channel, again, it's going to be for full length readings, whether it's psychic readings, spiritual readings, full length readings on this channel specifically. Also, TikTok, I will be posting different content on there. TikTok will be also celebrity driven content, but once I'm eligible to go live, I'll be doing personal readings over there on TikTok until we decide, or until TikTok makes whatever deal they're going to make, whether it's to stay or go away. I will be on TikTok. So you can find me now in the three main places, well, 2 main places: YouTube, Blue Nola Tarot, and Sessions with Nola, right here on YouTube. And then, of course, on TikTok, you can find me, Blue Nola Tarot. And, of course, I'm also on Instagram. All right? So you can find me also on Instagram. Let's get into it. So this reading today is going to be about Chris Brown. Chris Brown has decided to sue some people who thought it was okay for them to do a documentary on them using some information that was already disproved. Remember, Chris Brown was at a party and they had this woman who claimed that Chris Brown had allegedly, supposedly, sexually done her something, right? She went on, I believe it was her lawyer, went on Tasha King. And come to find out, Chris Brown and his, I guess, manager, whomever, they were able to show us that he had met this person. They had been entertaining each other. This person was literally trying to get with Chris Brown, right? Wanted to come by his house. He seems like he was basically ghosting her. And she was, trying to make something happen with him. So this was proven to be false. This is one of the things. Now, they did a whole docu-series on Chris Brown. Now, I'm not saying that whole docu-series was incorrect. But the portion about that lady, that was something I even did a reading about right here on that channel. This channel, I will link it in the bio because I did a whole thing on it where I talked about how it's a shame that people are doing this and people need to be held accountable for making false accusations. So this was disproved. However, these people decided, you know what? We're going to still do a documentary and include this information, knowing that this was already disproved, that this woman was fully trying to connect with Chris Brown. Even after he was ghosting her, she was trying to be with him. So the question of the day is this: will Chris Brown win? Will they come to some understanding? Will he win? He filed, what, I think it was $500 million against these people. He needs the money. I like Chris Brown. But clearly he needs the money because we start to see how these celebrities are not doing as well as we think they are. Remember, he took that money from that concert and he didn't actually, there was a dispute and a discrepancy. They tried to sue Chris Brown. I think it was for $1 million. And then we also found out, and I like Chris Brown now, but we also found out that Chris Brown took some PPP money and used a good bit of it on his own personal use. So that 4 of Pentacles just popped up, which tells you that financial situations be, like my daddy always say, people, when the more you make, you spend what you make, basically, right? You spend within your budget, within your realm. So what we're going to do today is just kind of see, like, will Chris Brown have any success in actually suing these people? Somebody was just saying they basically just laid it out whatever the way. I guess they were just showing like he had multiple incidents. So the question out of the day is: will Chris Brown be successful in suing these people and being paid? Right? It's one thing to sue, but the other part is, will they come to some type of agreement? Will they come to some type of settlement? And I do feel like these people who do these docuseries, they have to be responsible with their reporting, right? They have to be responsible. Spirit, give me the energy around Chris Brown. I was trying to find an article. Oh, here it is right here. Ooh, Chris Brown sues Warner Brothers Discovery for $500 million over docuseries falsely accusing him of being a serial rapist child and an sexual abuser. Okay, now that's going too far. Okay, now we can say that he didn't give up. He's been in some scraps, a couple little scraps here and there, but let's get into it. Investigation Discovery Network releases a trailer for the Chris Brown domestic violence documentary with new accuser. Give me the energy around Chris Brown. Let's read this article real quick. I want to see what this says. Neighbors, this is from the Neighborhood Talk. Chris Brown is not here for the false allegations. The singer has filed a $500 million lawsuit against Warner Brothers Discovery, Ample Entertainment, and others involved in the production of the docuseries History of Violence, accusing them of defamation. Brown alleges the series falsely portrays him as a serial rapist and sexual abuser, despite what claims he has evidence disproving their narrative. In court documents obtained by TMZ, Brown argues that the central claims in the series rely on a now withdrawn lawsuit brought by Jane Doe, which he says was full of lies and discredited. Accuses the producers of ignoring the truth to harm his reputation for profit. Acknowledging past mistakes, including the 2009 assault on Rihanna, Brown states that he's worked over a decade to rebuild his image and take accountability for his actions. He claims the docuseries has caused significant damage to his reputation, career, business, and opportunities. I mean, I didn't really watch it. I didn't hear about it. I didn't hear a whole lot of people talking about it. I don't know how much damage it caused, but I heard it was coming up, but I didn't, it wasn't no big thing. So let's go ahead and jump into it. King of Swords, the legal situation. That is a new legal opportunity that will be explored. Talks about the people had a lack of foresight, a lack of vision, right? They letting things go. So that just means to me, that's like saying you were allowing certain information in that you probably should have vetted a little bit more. I feel like they're going to come up to some type of agreement after they do their little battle. They're back and forth. This represents a conflict, a tension. This talks about a loss. It talks about a win. It does show that they come up with some sort of agreement to close this out. But make no mistakes, they're not wrong in everything they're saying. There are some truths in there. So they are following the history of violence. So that means they could be looking at all of the stuff that's been reported and just reported it as they saw it, right? The King of Swords is a legal card. The Queen of Swords is a legal card to me. And what this means is that they have some information that is, I'm not saying all of it, but it's not, the whole docuseries is not full of lies. I think there's certain situations, especially certain things that are said in there that may not be completely true. This is indicating that is a legal situation that will more than likely, after some back and forth, will come to some type of close. This represents a completion, an accomplishment, and they go their separate ways. This is what it talks about. But make no mistake about it, Chris Brown is not innocent. We did a whole video on here detailing the stuff that I've personally, read, personally seen him go through in the media. There's actually, if you go to, what is the name of that? The Rolling Stones, they have a whole article on his history of violence. This is not the first time that somebody's laid out his history of violence. And even in the Rolling Stones, they included the situation with the girl that Tasha K's, she interviewed the lawyer. but they just said, allegedly. They used the words allegedly. I do feel like they're going to come to some sort of understanding, but make no mistake, Chris Brown, your Rihanna situation wasn't your only instance of violence. You remember Karrueche Tran has an active restraining order against him, a standing restraining order against him. Had a 10-year. That's the restraining order doesn't exist for no apparent reason. Even was on a balcony, looked like he was choking somebody one day. Chris Brown has had multiple incidents. Now, this other stuff, these words like sexual, serial, whatever this, I don't know nothing about none of that. I just know that he has a temper, and he has a tendency, he has a propensity to lose his cool. He just had an incident with Usher and Tiana Taylor. We did a whole reading on that. Even though Usher refused to speak on it, Tiana Taylor kept it quiet. Clearly there was something happening, because even when Usher had an interview and they asked Usher about the him and Chris Brown doing something together, he was like, man, I don't know. He pretty much like, I don't really fool with that brand like that. So your behavior has not changed all that much. Now again, the wording, serial, RAP, and all this stuff, I don't know nothing about none of that, but I do know that he definitely has a history of losing his cool, right? Of being aggressive and having incidents, multiple incidents. He had the incident with that dog. He had the incident with somebody pulling somebody's wig off their head. It's been numerous incidents of that. But as far as these other things, I can't speak to that. So I do feel like they will bring it to a close after, a little bit of conflict and maybe some tension. But it does show that it does come to a close, right? This is what happens when you open, I know a lot of people love Chris Brown, and a lot of people like to get in a conversation, leave Chris Brown alone. But Chris Brown is not innocent, y'all. I love Chris. I mean, y'all already know I've always, because when he had the incident with Rihanna, I always look like he was really young. He made some bad choices. But I'm going to be honest with you. He's had incident upon incident upon incident. Go look it up. Go do it in chronological order. Right? He even had a situation where he was in a whole nother country. He had some situation going on. I think even Trey Songz at one time tried to, step in and on his behalf or help him out in some way, even though he got his own problems. So if you sit down and you really detail out what got, Chris Brown, I've never known him to be, what was the word they used? They called him a serial rapist and a sexual abuser. I don't know nothing about that. But I know about the temper, and losing his cool and all of that. Now, it feels like they're going to come to some decision. I don't know about no $500 million, but it definitely shows there's something about a decision that just fell out. That Queen of Pentacles could represent some decision around a financial reward. There could be some settlement. But again, that's not set in stone. All right? These people who are doing these Diddy documentaries, Chris Brown documentaries, make sure y'all are very careful about how you're wording things, because it can bite you in the butt, especially with a lot of people looking for a come up, etc., etc. Our next video is going to be on this man that Diddy is now suing. I want to really see if is there any truth to the fact that he knew Kim Porter. So this will be our next video on this particular man that Diddy is now suing, saying that I think the children had sent a cease and desist against him. This will be our next video coming up. All right. Thank you for liking this video. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Blue Nola Tarot. I just wanted to do an actual reading on Chris Brown to see like what will be the outcome of this lawsuit with Warner Brothers Discovery, right? I mean, y'all did a docuseries on Chris Brown. Shit, Trey Songz had about 5-6 actual incidents, child. With the wording, what is going on? Do Trey Songz. Thanks. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. This is Blue Nola, and don't forget to, again, if you want to book with me, you can find me at BlueNolaTarot.com. This is our first video. I'm going to release 3 videos on sessions. I'm going to release a few videos here. Don't forget to check me out on TikTok. So Blue Nola Tarot, Sessions with Nola, TikTok. And then, of course, You can always follow me on Instagram. Just to keep up with my daily shenanigans chill. Because I am I'm a Cancer baby. Take care. Peace and blessings. Bye.